Today, I have the keys to a 2015 Cayman GTS, but I only get to drive it for 1 mile, and I get to tell you what I think of it. So this is what Porsche calls a 981. It succeeded the 987, and they made a lot of changes, not just the subtle changes to the body, but a different engine. These were much more reliable cars. Direct injection. It became a much more user-friendly car. It was very popular. It had a different top. You can see it's almost speedster-like, the top. Much more aerodynamic, but it was still a Boxster, so you still had the plentiful front storage in the rear, a glass rear window. The GTS was basically for people who didn't want like a GT4, the harsher ride, but wanted all the features and special options of the previous models, but maybe a little bit more engine boost. So we used to joke that GTS meant guaranteed to sell, because as soon as it came out with one, people lined up to order them. So the owner knew what he was buying when he bought this car, because GTSs are really enthusiast cars. From people who know to get the GTS. This one's equipped with PDK, and it also has the sports chrono, so we have not only sport, but sport plus. And that's for almost for the racetrack. It'll take the rev all the way to the red line before it shifts. It's very sporty. Some people like it for the street. Some people don't like it. They just like sport. It's I think going to be a great ride. So let's give it a try.
Be sure to log into your YouTube account, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a video. Best of all, it's free to do so.
Okay, let's see how we do in this 2015 981. I know on the PDK you can shift it manually, but I gotta tell you, it is so smart for shifting automatically that, you know, in talking to owners, a lot of them have learned just to leave it in, if you will, drive and let the car do the shifting. And depending on the mode, it depends on how aggressive you wanted to shift. In sport, it's going to take it obviously a little bit further into the RPM range before it shifts, as opposed to standard mode. It will not let you over rev, so you don't have to worry about going too low in a gear. And front end feels a little bit lighter than the 987 that I own, even though it has wider tires than the 987. So the GTS, as I mentioned, that nice in between. At the time, they didn't have the GT4 yet. They had it, you know, the 911 range had the GT3, and they had the 911 GTS. Perfect for people that didn't want the stiffness, the almost race car feel of the GT3, but wanted the more power. All right, so now we're going to put Sport Plus on. Like I said, some people don't like this because, as you can see, it's taking it all the way before it shifts. By all the way, I mean almost a 7,800 for the before it shifts gears. This is great if you autocross or you want to take it on the track. I can see where some people may not like the Sport Plus on the road, especially when you have a car in front of you, or you're going through neighborhoods. The Sport exhaust has that really distinctive burble to it. I like that sound. Some people don't, but it's definitely a louder exhaust than the Sport exhaust on a 987 Boxster Cayman. All right, let's see if we can get the revs up. All right. Suspension, it's stiff, but not something where you feel like the car is out of control. Plenty of confidence in this car. All right, well, that's this is a car I would have loved to have driven more than a mile. Boy, this car does really everything well. Yeah, obviously a convertible, so if you want open air driving, just one quick button and you're in a convertible. Plenty of storage space, supportive seats, and an engine that's just rev happy. So let's give it some ratings. You know, it's a Boxster, and they made a lot of them, and the color isn't anything that really stands out. Interior is nicely done with contrasting stitching and the Alcantara. This would be a great car to park with, in the Porsche compound that every Cars and Coffee has, where the Porsche folks all stick together. Probably not a front row car, but definitely a you know, take the top down and show it off with the other Porsche cars. It does have some neat options on it that people who are looking for a similar car would love to talk to the owner about. As far as a daily driver, yes, I could see driving this at least 3 days out of the week. I've said it before, if you live in an area where it rains and you have another car, I'd probably leave this at home. Not because it wouldn't do well in the rain, but because I'm afraid of what other people driving their cars do in the rain. So I wouldn't want to take the chance of having it damaged. But that's me personally. Otherwise, this car, the tops are almost leak proof. They're very well done. You just got to make sure the drains are kept cleared. If you garage it, you don't really have to worry about that because you don't have leaves and stuff falling in that could clog the drains. It's a very easy car to drive at low speeds or at high speeds. It will do both very well. So I give it with 6 for as far as a daily driver, maybe 3 days out of the week, definitely on sunny days. As far as a road trip car, without a doubt, definitely a road trip car. I'd give it like a 6.5, 7. My only fear is this thing is so easy to go so fast that I'd be afraid of, I didn't get a very good radar detector if I had this car, and probably use something to tell me where the police are because it can go fast so quickly. It does it so well and gives you so much confidence that you could probably get yourself in trouble. And that 9,000 red line is looming in front of you, and this thing revs up so easily. So for a road trip car, I would definitely give it a maybe even a 7. The only thing that would stop it was if you're going for like a week-long trip, you may be pushing it as far as if you're bringing your significant other, you may be pushing as far as space goes. But wow, what a car to take on a trip to see America.